Hi guys, this is the Oracle, and we are back on MTGO for a new vintage cube draft. So, what do we have here? There are some interesting blue cards in Dig Through Time and Through Name Nemesis. I don't think that Sphinx Rev is that great, especially in a vintage cube. It's really slow. I do like effect like Oblivion Rings um, in cube, but again, that's not really a first pick. I don't think so. Griselbrand is fairly interesting. That's one of the best thing you can reanimate, and I do like Reanimator as an archetype in this cube, so I might take that. The two blue cards are definitely interesting, but I think I'm gonna go with the funnier pick. Griselbrand can also be quite good if I end up playing something like Sneak Attack type of deck. So there is that too. Okay, there are a few cards here for Reanimator. Prowler is nice, but I think that what I'm gonna pick is gonna be Frantic Search. That card is just amazing. I mean, in Reanimator, it lets you filter your hand, get the card that you need, and also potentially discard one fatty to reanimate it. So it's quite perfect. Um, I do like Baleful Strix a lot, and I love this card, but I think if I want to be playing Reanimator, I have to take the Synergy card over the more powerful card. But if I were playing something like Control, I would certainly take the Strix. Okay, so Fact or Fiction is one of the best card draw spell uh, in the cube. Obviously, in the vintage, you have the ancestral recall, but in a regular cube, I think Foff is the uh, yeah, in my opinion, it's the best card draw spell. I might be forgetting something, but anyway, the pick here for me is between Foff and Dawnfall. And I do like Downfall as a removal since it can kill a Planeswalker. Um, but I kinda want to take the Foff. Fact or Fiction is just amazing. Um, and I think I'll be able to get removal later on probably. The only issue being that I don't think I will be getting a removal as good as um, as um, as Downfall. But and card draw is not the most easiest thing to get. I mean, sometimes you end up with too much card draw, but if you are playing some kind of combo or control deck and you don't have the right card draw, that's really bad. This pack has different options for us. I do like taking Fixing early. I do like Venser, but again, this is a bit like the Strix pick. Venser is overall better, but if I'm gonna play Reanimator, I should just take Careful Study, which does basically the same thing as Frantic Search for my deck. So I'll be taking that. Right now, I do like this start. I have a good card draw spell, two good reanimation enabler, and a good things to reanimate. I just need to find spell that actually reanimate card. That pick is also interesting. Ancestral Vision is nice but not insane, and I feel like I already took a decent amount of card draw. So I think my choice is more between Control Magic and Ashiok. Toxic Deluge is nice, but I'd rather take one of these two cards. I do like Ashiok a lot, but I think I'm still gonna take Control Magic. That I mean that card is just so powerful. Um, yeah, it is just so good. I mean, there's not much wrong that can go when you control magic something. And here we have an Entomb, which is really nice. Again, we still need ways to reanimate, but we really have the best enablers in those two and Entomb, I would say. Nothing is really interesting. I guess you can, if you get the makeshift mannequin, you can Entomb and reanimate Emrakul, but that's too narrow to be interesting for us. Demon is nice, but this is not really a demon deck. Uh, and yeah, Esplat is probably one of the best cards of this pack. It's really a good finisher in any kind of deck. Again, there are some interesting picks here. Imp to Turak is nice. It's good disruption. On the other end, Jace Beleren is also nice. And right now I'm a bit heavier on the blue side, which means I think I'd rather take a double blue card than a double black. I'm not sure though, because I have a decent amount of card draw spell. Um, I think I will still take Jace. Um, Im I mean it's strong, but it can be a really bad top deck in the late game. And you cannot really use it on yourself to enable reanimation because it's random, obviously. That's a pretty late Wasteland and also a pretty late Daze. I do like both of those cards, but here I'm just gonna take the Necromancy, which is one of the best way to reanimate things. So it's quite perfect as a pickup here. So it seems that Reanimator is fairly open. I mean, we saw some good enablers and a really late Necromancy, so that's a good news, I would say. I'm gonna take Mesmeric Fiend here. The two white card stayed in the back, and yeah, I think these were two of the best card in the back. So anyway, the Fiend is just nice. I mean, I might not main deck it, but I will probably main deck it. It's just a nice card to have. It makes sure that the things you are reanimating stays on the battlefield and are just not killed or removed or whatever. Prowler is nice. Um, it's another enabler, and Hero's Downfall Wield, which is amazing. Yeah, that's really good. I don't think that I'll end up playing any of this card. Tombstalker is not really something that I want to be reanimating. I guess I can cast it though. I don't know. I'm not sure I will main deck it, but it's an option, so I'll keep it, I guess. If I end up having an easy way to splash red, Terminate could be good, and here those picks do not really matter. That's a really late Thran. Um, Green might not be the best color in the vintage cube, but Thran is very annoying. I mean, it definitely wins some matchups, so... Well, I do not think that this would go that late, in any case. Um, what do we have here? So last time I drafted this Pestermite Kiki combo deck, but here we are not really doing that. So even if I do like the card, it's not what I'm gonna pick. Solemn is just... it's such a nice card. In any deck, almost any deck, it's just gonna be good. Repeal and Anticipate are both nice. I'm not really sure what... I mean, what what is the best of the two for me here. Another option could be Bloodstained Mire, but I don't really need that much to splash for Terminate, and right now I do not have any blue-black land to fetch, so that's not that appealing. I think I'm gonna take the repeal. That card is just good, and it can, it gives you tempo. It draws card. It's quite perfect for a reanimator deck. There are a few interesting picks here too. Again, I do like fixing, and the temple are really good. The scry effect is really nice. Another option would be to pick Thoughtseize. I do like that card a lot, and Probe is also nice. I think I would take Thoughtseize and Probe over Spell Pierce most of the time. Spell Pierce might will. I'm I'm a bit unsure about. I guess I'm gonna take Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is nice because if you really need it, you can Thoughtseize yourself to reanimate a creature, which is really nice. So, and overall, it's just such an amazing card. Um, but I really want to have some fixing um, for my deck at some point. I don't think that I want a Liliana. That card is not very appealing to me. Blood Crypt could be interesting if I want to splash red again, but I don't think that I want to be doing that. I think I'm just gonna take the Shackles. Um, that's a good. That card is really good, and if I can get some blue-black dual land, um, this could be quite good. Right now, I don't have that many black. I mean, I have the downfall, but if I can afford to play something like 9 or more island, the Shackles are gonna be good. And it's a good option if the reanimation thing doesn't work. It's especially good, I would say, against control deck, because most of the time they have ways to deal with the things you are doing. But if the game goes long and you have enough islands, sometimes they just cannot deal with the Shackles and they just cannot kill you. There's a Kiki Jiki here, which is nice for the if someone is doing the combo. Bribery is, I would call that a sideboard option. It's not very appealing to me. The Signet has none of the color we are playing, and the Bloodline Keeper is not very interesting. I don't think right now I have one artifact, so I don't think this is really a Tolarian Academy deck. I think I'm just gonna take Bribery. I'm probably not main decking it, but in some matchup, it can be pretty strong. This pack has not much for me. Again, there is still the possibility to splash red, but I don't really need that, honestly. Uh, Tada Adel is not very appealing. Lifebane Zombie is more of a sideboard card. I think I'm just gonna take Packrat. Again, this is like Shackles. This is a very powerful card that can just win you the game when the main um, the main goal, which is a reanimating thing, doesn't work. So that's a good option. And yeah, nothing else is really appealing. So we'll see how it goes with that. I don't think I need this figure. Um, it's a honestly, it's I think it's a bit of an underrated removal. It kills a lot of things quite. I mean, for not a lot of mana, and I think it's a bit underrated, but that's not really what I need. Um, Sphinx of the Steelwind is actually a decent reanimation target. I think this is a pretty late balance and pretty late bolt. But my choice here is between the Sphinx and the Marsh Flats. If I had a blue-black land to fetch, I would take the Marsh Flats, I think. But I will need some things to reanimate, and Sphinx can be pretty broken in the right matchup. I mean, it just destroys the red deck, which is really nice. Recurring Nightmare is not really the reanimation spell I need for this deck. I'm just gonna take Remand. Um, Bitter Blossom would be fine, but Remand is just an amazing card. Uh, just giving you tempo and a card. I mean, it's just perfect for this kind of deck. Okay, there is an Unburial Rite, which is nice. I do like this card a lot since I have Entomb, which means that if I can get some white fixing, um, I might sometimes be able to Entomb for a reanimation spell if I already have some things in my graveyard, which is nice. This gives me a lot of option, and in any case I do need reanimation spells. Right now I only have 2, which is a bit short. That's a pretty late Sword to Plowshare. I'm gonna take Go for the Throat. It's a decent removal. I might or might not play it. We'll see how it goes. Right now I do have 21 cards, so I have almost a complete deck. I don't think Ice is very appealing if you cannot cast Fire. I'm just gonna take Vindicate. If I can get some good fixing for Unburial Rite, Vindicate, and potentially the Sphinx, I would be happy to main deck that. That card is pretty busted. I mean, the fact that you can also kill land changes a lot. I'm gonna take Path. Um, I might or might not be able to splash it. It's like the Vindicate, but Pass is gonna be good against me because if I discard my hand and Necromancy my Griselbrand, then they just pass it. I guess I can draw card with Griselbrand, but Pass is good against Reanimator in general. That dude is not extremely strong, but I might play it. Lifebane Zombie is nice. It's more of a sideboard option, and I'm pretty happy to get this disfigure late, because if I'm facing um, a deck like a green deck with Elf or a red aggressive deck or Winnie White, I'll be really happy to put that in my deck. I don't think I will play it main deck though. Same with Lifebane. It's really good in some matchups. So I already have more than enough playables and some decent sideboard option too, which is nice. Um, I think what I will focus on now is really um, fixing and um, reanimation spells. That those are really the things I need. I do like Woodfall Primus. It's a really nice thing to reanimate because it does come back. That's a really good target. But here, um, I mean Ludor is nice in reanimation, but as I said, I should focus on fixing. And I'm very tempted to take this Bolted Delta. So I know that there is a Mox Ruby, and Moxes are really strong. And but I'm not sure that I really need it. The thing is, it gives it gives him one more mana each turn. I mean, this is what Moxes do. That's really strong, but it does not help me fixing my mana base, which I think really need to be fixed. And Delta is just the perfect fetch. That pick is quite hard, honestly. I'm gonna take the Delta because I don't want to have colored mana issues, but Mox might be better. I don't know. It also depends on what I will get from this pack. If I get absolutely no other fixing, I will be really happy that I took this Delta. Mana Crypt is also really strong. The question now is what am I powering up with that card? I'm not sure that is that strong in my deck. I mean, this card is certainly busted, but right now in this deck I'm not sure if it's better than a Vampiric Tutor. I really want to assemble my combo. I mean, yeah, my synergies, I guess. And for this matter, I think Vampiric Tutor is better. Common is nice, but again, I'm not sure that I will end up with enough fixing to play it. I'm gonna take Tutor. My reasoning between the tutor and the Polluted Delta peak is also that most of my spell are really cheap. I mean, I'm trying to do things early. I don't really need that acceleration. At least I don't think I need it. Now this pick is interesting because Makeshift Mannequin is very appealing and I do need those spells to reanimate. On the other hand, Mana Drain is such a powerful card that it's hard to ignore. Um, One part of me wants to take the Mana Drain and hope that the Mannequin will, but if the Mannequin doesn't will and I don't get another reanimation spell, I will end up with only 2, which is really short. Um, and that's annoying. I think I have to take the Mannequin. Uh, you might want to try to take the drain and hope for the Mannequin to wheel, uh, but I still think we need those reanimation spells. Again, this pick is, I mean, there is Watery Grave, Counterspell, and Animate Dead. And I think I have to take this Animate Dead. And I don't think that either of those cards are willing, unfortunately. But the good news is I have enough enablers and reanimation spells that I'll be casting my things fairly often. I mean that I'll be reanimating things uh, often, which is really nice. Um, Shallow Grave is not very appealing. I have just better reanimation spells. Muldrifter is nice, but I think I'm just gonna take the Flooded Strand, especially if I wanna have a little bit of white. That's gonna be good. And if I can wheel or just oh okay never mind or just get a late dual, that'd be amazing. This pick is also fairly interesting because Liliana is a nice card, but again, Liliana is not very good with my mana base. I mean, I don't have that much fixing, and a lot of double black and double blue is not really what I want to be doing. On the other hand, I could take Temple of Silence, which is good, and which also enables the Vindicate and the Path. I'm not sure. That's not an easy pick. I think I'm gonna take Liliana still. The fact is, Liliana is also an enabler for your reanimation, and that's really nice. Oh, there is a Tundra. Tundra is just perfect. Um, with Tundra and these 2 fetches, I can really, I think I can really play Vindicate and Pass without too much worries. I don't think that Shackles will make the main deck though. It's still a good sideboard option, but I don't think I can afford to play that main deck. It's gonna be a Tundra. And those lands are coming really late, so maybe I might be wheeling something. That's a really late Rufflos. Shriekmaw would be nice. I think I'm gonna take Frost Titan. I do like the fact that it's a decent target to reanimate early, especially since it's hard to target and that it shuts down the mana. And I can also cast it later on. And I don't have that many creatures to reanimate, so I do appreciate to get that Titan. I think it's gonna be fairly good. Here I'm gonna take the Edict. I don't think I'll end up main decking that, but it's a good, again, it's a good sideboard option. Same with the Bone Shredder. I have to cut a lot of cards though. And honestly, it could be fun to have Quicken to make some instant shenanigans with our Unburial Rite. I guess it doesn't work with Necromancy and Animate Dead though. But I don't have the space to to have that in my deck anyway. I'm just gonna take Gideon. That card is fairly good. It can kill our big creatures, so there is that too. Nezumi Grave Robber is, I guess, fairly good against us. I really do not care about this spirit. I mean that Shallow Grave. I'm gonna take the spirit. Uh, these are cards that I don't care about. Baths are weird actually. I might play that. Not sure though, because I need mana, and I have enough ways to discard card from my hand that I don't. I think I do not need the Bazaar. We'll see though. So I'm not playing Bribery. I'm not playing this guy. Um, I'm not playing Shackles. I'm not playing Bone Shredder. I am not playing Edict. I'm not playing Go for the Throat if I can afford to, and this is not main deckable. I mean, this is main deckable, but I will not main deck that. And this is 24 card. I don't have the mana base to make Shackles really good, but I could side it in some matchup. Bribery is also a good sideboard option. I don't think I need that much removal. And if I'm playing removal, I want it to be very efficient, which means that I rather have this pass in Vindicate. I mean, you could argue that just not playing white and adding Edict and Throat makes the deck a bit more consistent, but I like the upside that's like this removes card, which is the creature, which can be really strong, and this can deal with things like moat. I don't know if I don't have this in my deck, and I I guess most of my things are flying, so moat would not matter that much. But I really like to have the options of destroying an artifact, an enchantment, or a planeswalker. I guess I have another option to kill planeswalker, which is nice, but any permanent is really really sweet. I could see myself cutting past, but I would be happy to have removal, and I really think that with those 3 land, the splash is really easy. Um, so I should cut one more card, though I guess the thing is that can be cast at 3. I guess you will not cast that at less than 3 often, unless they have tokens that you want to kill. These guys, I'm not really supposed to cast them, so my curve is actually fairly low. The thing is, I have a decent amount of card draw, which means I can afford to play more lands. Uh, but I think I still want to be playing 16 lands. That might be wrong. I might want to cut something. Packrat is... I don't know. Packrat can also be a sideboard option um, in matchups where I can't reanimate. That could be something. But actually, I just realized that, but Packrat is also an enabler for putting cards in your graveyard, and I completely forgot that, and that's actually a good reason to keep it in the deck, since it's an enabler and it is also a threat, so that's great. Yeah, I don't think I want to cut any card here. So for my mana base, um, what will I be doing? 14 and I guess 9. I need a little bit more blue, but I guess I have 2 blue lands already. So, pro. No, I'm not playing. Do I want to play one plane? I'm not even sure. This could be fairly annoying. I definitely want something like that, I think. I need one more land. So this would mean basically that I have 8 black sources, uh, 8 blue, and 3 white. 4 white, I guess. Um, I think I want one more black, and I don't think I need the 4th white source. So that's gonna be it, I think. Is there anything I want to change? I don't think so. hopefully I do not get wasted. I mean, my Tundra does not get wasted, because if it's wasted, I don't have much to. I have nothing else as a white. So maybe I should still add that plane. I'm not sure, because this is one. This is 8 blue, right? 8 blue. No, 8 blue is not that much. You want if you want to be casting those chase and control magic. Uh, hmm. I think I should add a plane and remove a card from the main deck. That would add stability to the deck. And I can cut this Fiend maybe. It's a nice card, but in some matchup is not very effective, and I'd rather side it in against more, I mean against slower opponent basically. And I really want to have those 3 reanimation target. I think that's the minimum. And I really have ways to reanimate them, so there is that too. So this is gonna be the main deck, and I see you guys for round 1.